Fun show today. You know why? It's because we're talking to you about all the great things there are to do out there. And I also want to talk to you a bit about the Boys and Girls Club in our second segment. They provide terrific services to 1 million boys and girls out there, changing their lives forever. But first, I want to reintroduce you to my friend and to the amazing producer of the award-winning River Raisin Jazz Festival. It's a mouthful this morning. John Patterson, hey.
Let's all start by saying how much we love Donnie Miller.
I pay him to do that. I pay him to do that. So it's not true. It's not true.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How are you?
I am great, and a little overworked, but it's that time of year.
I know. The festival looks like it's going to be fabulous again this year.
It's going to be fabulous again, and of course it's free, and we have a great audience here in Toledo, and we love to serve them as part of our River Raisin Jazz Festival family.
And this year, I mean, always, this is a festival not to miss. And you pull a ton of folks from Toledo up that way.
All over the country. You know, we've got a family coming from Arizona this year. We've got a group coming from California. Of course, all over the state of Michigan, and Toledo is obviously one of the great family audiences.
Yeah, we love it. We love it up there. The growth in this festival, though, has been pretty amazing since its inception.
Well, we've been going for 12 years now. So
this was your brainchild?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. The famous story that Alex always tells is I was in the shower one morning listening to V98.7 smooth jazz,
Great.
and I was hearing about all these festivals all over the place, and I thought, why in the world can't we have one of these in Monroe? And I sent an email over, and 3 hours later, my secretary says, there's some guy on the phone named Zonchik wants to talk to you.
Wow.
And the rest is history. That same year we had a festival.
Alex is well known in this particular city. He's up here all the time. He'll be here again this summer, I understand.
He does the big music fest over at the University of Toledo, which has grown into a fabulous event. I think they're having Josh Grayson this year and some other great music.
Lineup.
And
almost as good as your lineup, huh?
Oh, he does great stuff.
Oh, but nobody does it as well as you do it. That's for sure. So let's talk about some of the folks that are going to be here.
Well, Thursday night I wanted to be. They've got the graphic up for. Let's talk about this first. This is our preview party on Friday, August 9th. It starts at 6 p.m. Featuring Kevin Toney. Kevin Toney is a great Detroit-born keyboard player who spent a great deal of time in his career with the legendary group The Blackbirds, Don Byrd's group. And if you know the song Walkin' in Rhythm, you can come up Friday night, August 9th, and hear that. Kevin's going to be playing that along with some other great Blackbird tunes.
This is one of the reasons it's so good to be our age, because we remember this stuff so well. This is great stuff.
And the people that aren't our age, when they show up and they hear this stuff, they love it too.
They love it.
I mean,
you will love it.
Not to.
Absolutely.
But Thursday night, I have to mention, August 8th, is the closing night of our River Raisin Jazz series. We have 3 different clubs in downtown Monroe that have live music all evening, 6 p.m. to 10. Another Toledo favorite, Nelson Rangel, someone that you love, is going to be there at the 129 Lounge. We have the group that's doing the tribute to Jesse Coleman, who we lost in February, sadly.
And his brother.
His brother James Coleman is playing with the Jam, and they'll be there, as well as Herbie Russ. But here's the lineup for the festival. Friday night, Kevin Toney. Saturday, of course, Alexander Zonchik always plays. He's the closing act of the evening, and folks love to be there and dance to him. Eric Darius is going to be there, a great superstar, up-and-coming saxophone player. We're going to have Morgan Stiegler, a Toledo vocalist who's been making a name for herself recently, on Sunday, and Alex Bugnon and Bobby Caldwell, another couple of your favorites, are going to be there on Sunday evening. So it's going to be a great festival.
Yeah, Bobby Caldwell. I mean, I could talk to you about Bobby Caldwell this entire show. He is amazing.
What you won't do for love, and he's still doing it. One of Bobby's great things is, in addition to being a tremendous musician,
there he is, on the screen.
Performer,
and you know what? That is what you should just to go look at him. I think is worth the trip.
He's getting old too.
That's all right. I'm getting old too. So.
But he wrote great hits for Boz Scaggs in Chicago and others. So it's going to be a great great evening, yeah, with Bobby.
I can hardly wait for this. This is gonna be good.
He used to wear that hat, you know, that
Yeah, he did.
fedora, and he
He
told
did.
me on the phone, he says, you know, John, at one point in time, that hat was so famous that I thought I could just send the hat off to the venue and I'd stay home and watch on TV.
It's so great that both he and Alex are going to be there on Sunday, because sometimes people decide that Sunday they're going to go on Saturday and they're not going to go on Sunday because Monday's a work day. But you guys spread this talent out.
Well,
over
we
the
have
weekend.
to, because, you know, we unfortunately have a very small budget, believe it or not, and so we have to catch these artists when they're traveling through, and sometimes we don't get them on the day that we would really like to have them, but we're just glad to have them. And we've had Kenny G, David Sanborn, Bob James, Spyro Gyra, Chris Bodie. The list goes on and on.
I think it's great the way you've got it laid out here, because then Sunday it's great, Saturday it's great. I mean, there's not a bad day on this
Well, we
whole
hope
schedule.
folks will come and spend, you know, like 4 days with us.
It's free, right?
All free, thanks to our wonderful sponsors. And all you got to do is bring a lawn chair. St. Mary Catholic Central School has fabulous food. You don't need to worry about coolers and all of that kind of thing. So, yeah, come and spend the weekend with us.
And shuttle?
There's a shuttle from the
downtown?
park. In St. Mary's Park is where it takes place, in downtown Monroe, right on the river. There's an art fair downtown where we have a second stage where we have local performers. And the shuttle goes back and forth from downtown to St. Mary's Park every half hour. And so you don't need to walk. But a lot of folks like to stroll through town. It's a nice little town.
Are there other things going on at the festival as well? I mean, so if I come up early in the morning.
Well, you know, all of the stores are all of the stores are open. The shops are open. The museum and all that. The art fair starts at 10 o'clock.
Okay, good. That's what I.
So you know, and there's like almost 100 exhibits in the art fair, and it's really nice stuff. It's not the typical crafts and trinkets and trash kind of an art fair. It's fine art. And so that goes on all day, both days. And then the music downtown. And then after the festival's over, most of the clubs have things going on, so you can stick around and grab another bite to eat, a cocktail. And of course, the 129 Martini Bar downtown is where a lot of the artists end up, because they want to go and have a drink before they head out. And it's a
And
great
Nelson's
night.
playing there.
On
Did we
Thursday
mention that already?
evening,
We need to
August
say that
8th.
again.
Thursday evening, August 8th, Nelson Rangel at the 129 Lounge. And there's two other clubs, Studio Z, which you've been to, a
Yeah.
fabulous new club
Yeah,
in
yeah.
downtown. And McGady's Town Pub also has live music, 6 p.m. till 10 on Thursday, August 8th.
So the festival just takes over the town for that weekend.
You know what? We're a music city, and we take a lot of pride in that. The second weekend in August every year.
You know, something that someone asked me last year after you were here was, how do I get involved in this? Is there a way that I can help with this? Can they?
You know, we've gotten it to such a science that it just kind of is a
does
turnkey
itself
and does
now.
its own thing. And so, you know, have them give me a call.
Okay, so we'll tell them how to reach you in just a second, but I want to go over this lineup one more time. This is an amazing festival. Again, it's an award-winning festival. It is so much fun. Take your own chairs. Can they bring coolers?
It can bring coolers. We have a section where folks bring their own little grills and they cook out.
Oh,
but
really?
There's plenty of food there. They really don't need to worry about that. But a lot of folks enjoy just the
Bringing their own
relaxation of, and you know, you can smell the food cooking out there. And but before I forget, riverraisinjazzfestival.com is the website. All the info's there of what you can bring and what you cannot. There's a map of how to get there, the lineup, complete lineup, and of course a list of our sponsors, which we want to be sure to pay attention to and say thank you.
Yeah, again, riverraisin.com, and we have information before the end of the show on how you reach John. But again, if we can put that graphic up again, I want John to walk through the lineup again for Friday
night,
Saturday,
Kevin
and Sunday.
Toney of the Blackbirds will be our preview party headliner, and that's at 6 p.m. on Friday. Of course, Nelson Rangel, Thursday night the 8th. We didn't put that on here because there wasn't enough room. Saturday always kicks off with the River Raisin Big Band at 1 o'clock. Both days start at 1. Phil Denny is a great up-and-coming jazz saxophonist from Lansing, Michigan. He's at 2:30. 4 o'clock is the jam band tribute to Jesse Coleman, featuring James Coleman. That's a great show to see. Eric Darius at 5:45. Alexander Zonchik and Friends with the Motor City Horns, which, by the way, Motor City Horns is Bob Seger's horn section.
Oh,
so
I
they
didn't
are
think-
fabulous.
yeah.
On Sunday, Morgan Stiegler, Toledo's own. Actually, I think she was born in Tiffin, Ohio. Went to Bowling Green State University, but she's on at 1 o'clock. Ed Stone, Dr. Ed Stone, who is a physician from Detroit, but also a fabulous guitar player, kind of along the lines of a Norman Brown style guitar player. Right. 4 o'clock is the. I'm having a hard time seeing that.
That's the Jesse Coleman.
Oh, that's the Jesse Coleman.
That's
I'm sorry,
Jesse
folks.
Coleman one at
Jesse's
4 o'clock.
at 4 o'clock on Sunday, and then the fabulous Alex Bugnon at 5:45. He's from Montreux, Switzerland.
Yes.
And anybody from Montreux, which is home of the largest jazz festival in the world, is definitely a hit.
Right.
And then Mr. Bobby Caldwell at 7:30 on Sundays.
Well, I will be there. I will see you. I'll see you at the party, and I'll see you through the weekend.
Donnie and I are going to be
wait.
dancing out in front
We'll
of the
be
stage.
dancing. Yes, we will. And so I can't wait. I'll probably lose my job and all of my credibility, but I'm going to do it anyway. So thanks so much. It's always fun to have you here.
Remember, we all love Donnie.
We all love Donnie. We'll be back just on the other side of this break. Stay with us.